Basics of Hinduism podcast. Beginning with the most common misconception, Hinduism. It's a made-up word, right?
Yeah.
The actual word is Sanatan Dharma.
Yes.
Could you explain Sanatan and Dharma?
Yes, I'd be very happy to. You're right, Hinduism is a made-up word. It was actually made up by the Muslims when they invaded India. And it was a geographical word. So whoever lived in the Sindh Valley, where they came into, they're Sindhu. But because of the quirk of the language, I believe that in Urdu or in the Muslim tongues, they're not comfortable to begin a word with S. So instead of Sindhu, Hindu. Didn't matter what you believed. If you lived there, you're Hindu. So that's kind of like coming to America today, where there are many, many different beliefs, atheists also included, and just saying it's all Americanism. It's silly. So the Muslims did this because they're coming very much in the mood of conqueror. So why do you need to take seriously what the thoughts and values of a weaker people are? There were some much more enlightened Muslim rulers like Akbar, who didn't think quite like that, but this is the general mood. And then the British came, same mood. All the Indians are all superstitious heathen. The mood of the materialist is might makes right. So they had all the weapons, they had the aggression, and they could conquer India quite easily. So the same thing, Hindu, it's a disrespectful term, no interest in what do you think? How are you all different? No, nothing like that. So Hinduism is a word created by materialists. And the reality is there is only one religion. So all these isms are material compromises. Christianity, isms and itties. You won't find the word Christian anywhere in the Bible. It's not there. So this kind of identification with a particular group, with my society, my family, my this, my that. This is materialistic thinking, and it creates this kind of sectarian religion, and sectarian religions create conflict, violence, all kinds of horrible things, which are completely, this has nothing to do with what's at the heart of what is thought of as Hinduism. And one thing to say is, if there is a common ground underlying all the different beliefs that are included within this big umbrella word Hinduism, ultimately it is a belief in the spiritual authority of the Vedas.
Okay.
Of the Vedas. The Vedas are the ancient teachings, you can say books of knowledge, although they came into existence long before writing, long before books, in Sanskrit. And all the principles that are now very popular today, guru, karma, Gyan, bhakti, moksha, nirvana, samadhi, these are all Sanskrit words. Yoga, Sanskrit word, Sanskrit practice. So all these words and principles are rooted in Veda, the Vedic tradition. And the Veda has a term for religion that is of universal relevance and appeal, and that is called Sanatan Dharma. So Sanatan means intrinsic, basically intrinsic. Just like the intrinsic quality of sugar is to be sweet. If it's not sweet, it's not sugar. Pretty simple. And dharma means much more than just duty. It means duty. People know it's duty. But dharma in this context refers to not your duty on account of your body, your position in society. Oh, you're a man, you're a woman. So dharma of a woman, a major part of the dharma of a woman, to have a baby. A man can't do this. This is not his dharma. regardless of new beliefs about these things. But Dharma refers properly to the nature and the identity and the duty, the occupation, the function of the Atma, the eternal self or soul. So just like in, regardless of what anybody believes, you can see in our lives, our identity is changing. What we identify with. Like this body changes from the body of a baby, of a child, to a preteen, to a teen, to a young person, to an adult, middle-aged, old person. Body's always changing. The mind is also always changing. All the thoughts, all the feelings. What we do in the world is always changing. Our student, employee, employer, retired, whatever. But the person who's having all these changing experiences, not changing. Mm-hmm. I never become you. I'm me. Whatever that is, I am me, and I don't change. And just so your mother, she recognizes you. She didn't give birth to this. Mm-hmm. You don't have a thought in your head that you were having back then. Mm-hmm. But it's still you.
Yeah.
So the whole Vedic spirituality, it's not about being a member of a religious group and believing this, believing that. There's a philosophy in there. So the whole of Vedic spirituality, the first part is to know who you are, to understand who you are. You're a spiritual being. Mm-hmm. You're not part of this world. You're not this changing identity, external, temporary thing. So who am I? This is the question of the Veda. So Sanatana Dharma recognizes that you are an eternal, spiritual, conscious being. Spiritual meaning non-material. You are not the body. You are not the mind. These are changing external conditions. You are the unchanging individual self that can identify with. So you have all these memories of whatever, hopes of whatever, experiences right now, and this sense of I is linking all these, what we call my life, Jiva. The story of my life. This is given by the soul, Atma, the self. So the Vedic spirituality recognizes, oh, you are not these things, we are not, but we're being forced to identify with them. What is this higher power that is placing us in this condition? So this is God.
I thought you were going to say Maya.
Well, Maya is the agent to place us in illusion. She's not placing us in illusion. She is creating the illusory situation. So you have, so many contractors building the jails, but the government is actually putting you in the jail. So Maya is the contractor.
Okay.
She's making the jail, but she's not putting us in jail. Actually, this is a whole nother topic, but we come to jail by our own freedom of choice.
Right.
We want to be in jail. We don't want to be in spiritual consciousness.
Is there a reason why you refer to Maya as she, like feminine?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's a feminine. All problems are coming from the women. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Because all God's energies are female. We're also female. The soul is female. But in our illusory condition, we are trying to imitate God, so we are divided into his male and female, you can say, identities. But from the spiritual perspective, his energies that are absorbed in serving his wishes like this, they're feminine.
Gotcha.
Maya is female, always female.
So you mentioned the Vedas, but then there's the other two texts, Upanishad and Gita.
Well, before that, let's continue with Sanatana Dharma. What is Sanatana Dharma? So the basic point is that there is a soul that by the will of a higher power has been placed in ignorance, even though by virtue of our quality of consciousness we're superior to matter, which has no consciousness. This chair doesn't know it's a chair. Mm-hmm. We put the ingredients together to make a chair. Mm-hmm. Matter in and of itself is devoid of consciousness, devoid of intention, devoid of a sense of identity. The higher energy, consciousness, is arranging things and structuring them. And yet, we are being forced to identify with the material energy. We're being controlled by the material energy. So what is that higher power that has placed us under the control of illusion? That is God. The superior power is God. And everything that exists has a relationship with God. So the whole Vedic teaching is to understand the nature of Sambandha Gyan, the knowledge of our relationship with God, Abhideya Gyan, the knowledge by which we can realize this knowledge, this relationship, and Prayojana Gyan, the knowledge of understanding what is the result of realizing your relationship with God, which is pure love, which is bliss, which is the happiness that we all seek. Mm-hmm. So very, very scientific. So Sanatana Dharma means that function that is intrinsic to the self, that is eternal or nitya. Sanatana Dharma can be called Nitya Dharma. That belongs to the self, the individual self, or jiva. So it can be called Jiva Dharma or Jaiva Dharma in Bengali. Different words to highlight a different aspect of the same thing. So Sanatana Dharma means, and this is the essential religion, this is not a sectarian concern. Nothing to do with Jewish, Christian, Hindu, Muslim. These are sectarian concerns. These are all compromised by over-identification with my worldly culture, group, ethnicity, and fighting the others. Has nothing to do with religion. So, Sanatana Dharma, what is it? So, Dharma recognizes that quality that is inseparable from, intrinsic to the self. It doesn't matter if you believe in this, don't believe in that, doesn't matter. Regardless of your belief, what is the quality of the self that you cannot separate from the self? And that is identified in this Vedic tradition as being the quality of service. Service.
Service.
Service. So even the most selfish person is serving his own desires. Mm-hmm. He's serving his body, his senses. Oh, yeah, that smells great. I should get some of that. Oh, I'd like to eat that. Oh, that looks good. Want one of those? Yeah. Constantly serving the senses. So we're active all the time serving something. Somebody can be serving their family, serving their wife, serving their children, serving their community, serving their country to the point of dying on the battlefield for their country. Some unusual persons have a much broader mood to serve humanity, regardless of what culture, religion, race, age, sex, etc. Some want to serve not only humanity, but the animals as well. At least the ones they can see. Mm-hmm. But just look at us. We're living in a house here. This house, before it was built, all these houses, this was fields. This was the home to so many animals. So many plants were living here, so many insects, so many rodents, so many birds were eating here. Now, when this was all cleared, that means so many living creatures were killed, and the food supply of so many other living creatures denied. So what kind of service is that? It's not service, not to them. So our service is very limited. We're still serving our own, basically our own desires, our own goals. This is not yet Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma recognizes, yes, the quality that you cannot separate from any living being is the quality of service, even if it's only serving its own desire to survive.
Its consciousness is a little bit smaller.
Yes, consciousness is covered.
Yeah.
Covered over. So, Sanatana Dharma means that service, that quality of service that is freed from ignorance, that is freed from any kind of sectarianism that limits, oh, I am a human being, as opposed to I'm a member of the whole planetary family. All living beings are my brothers and sisters. Or I'm a servant of my family but not yours, my country but not yours. I will give my life for my country and my family to kill yours. Yes. So the limits and the material coverings of Dharma are absent in Sanatana Dharma. In a nutshell, Sanatana Dharma means eternal, unconditional love of God and for all beings, because all beings are His.
Gotcha.
All beings are in Him. So pure love that is not limited and conditioned by my false sense of identification with my senses, my country, my family, etc. That's not looking to serve me and my. That service is Sanatana Dharma. So it is the essence of religion, pure religion.
I see. And so this is all in the Vedas?
This is all what?
Vedas.
This is the Vedic teaching, yes. Veda means literally knowledge.
Right.
Like real knowledge.
Right, and there's 4 of them.
There's one Veda, one body of wisdom.
Yeah.
This knowledge is divine knowledge. This isn't thought up or observed by a human being. This is just like a manufacturer when he provides something, car, computer, whatever, any machine, he includes the manual. How to take care of it, what to do with it, all these things. So the material universes, when they are created, over and over and over, that's another topic, but when they are created, in the very beginning of their creation, Veda is breathed into this world also. Literally, Veda is the word of God. It's that knowledge that is filled with just like if I know what is a car, I can build a car. Knowledge is practical. Knowledge is not some conceptual but impotent observation. So the knowledge behind the creation of all it is, that is Veda. So Veda entered this world at the very beginning of time.
I see.
And later, in the particular time period, season you can say, the time of the universe is divided into seasons called yugas or ages, especially their effect is on Earth, not so much the higher planets. But the winter season is called Kali Yuga, Iron Age, 432,000 years long.
Wow.
We're only 5,500 years in. Some of the qualities of this age: very greatly reduced lifespan, maximum now only 100 years. Previous age 1,000, previous 10,000, Satyayuga Golden Age 100,000 years.
Wow.
And in this age, not only the lifespan is short, memory is short, intelligence is little,
Hedonism.
egoism,
Hedonism.
yes, very much. Our peacefulness is short. Our senses are very agitated. The primary qualities are misled and always disturbed and always ready to quarrel. So the age of Kali is known as the age of hypocrisy, quarrel, and greed. That's what we're living in. So in the beginning of this age, writing comes into vogue. Previous to this age, no need for writing. Somebody could hear something and remember it. Finished. I hear it, now I know it. Now we can hear something 50 times and I forget.
Right.
So everything's written down. And along with the writing, the Veda, the one great book of knowledge, tradition of knowledge, is divided into 4 by Veda Vyasadeva, to make it into more user-friendly bites.
Structure.
Artaveda, Samaveda, Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, 4 Vedas. And each Veda, there's a school to carry its knowledge down, but most of the knowledge that's in Veda, Arjuna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Trigunya Vishaya Veda, Nishtrigunya Bhavarjuna. Arjuna, don't bother with these Vedas. Why? Trigunya, Vishaya Veda, Trigunya, means the Vedas are dealing mostly with the 3 gunas, triguna, material desires and the way to achieve them, how to live properly in this world. But the main thing is you should be a spiritualist. Realize who you are as a spiritual being. It's not about how to live comfortably and peacefully in this world with others and in the next world go to a higher planet and be a deva, etc. This is not the goal of life. Everything is temporary. The proper thing, become devotee, become yogi, become my devotee, become intimately united with me. This is the highest of all. Yoginam api sarvesham.
So you're saying that Krishna told Arjuna, forget the Vedas and focus on...
Forget most of the bulk of the Veda.
Okay.
But what he's giving is the essence of Veda.
Right.
He's speaking Bhagavad Gita. So where did Bhagavad Gita come from? Bhagavad Gita is known as Gita Upanishad. The Gita Upanishad, the topmost of all the Upanishads. It is found within the Mahabharata, which is the history of Bharatvarsha. It gives a whole amazing dramatic history leading up to Krishna's appearance and speaking the song of God, the topmost instructions for the soul, as represented. He represents all of us, Arjuna, the perfect disciple, already a pure devotee. So Arjuna and Krishna are speaking in Mahabharata, which was written by Vedavyas, who was the same person who wrote and compiled, broke the Vedas into 4, yes. And the Upanishads. The Upanishads are also original.
Oh.
Coming from time immemorial. And then Vedavyas, he's also written, he's taken all the Vedas and Upanishads and he's given the essence, the spiritual essence, called Vedanta Sutra. But Vedanta Sutra is too high for our brains to reach to. Small sutras, and we read it, we get a meaning, but actually its meaning is vast. So then he wrote the Bhagavad Purana, or Srimad Bhagavatam, to fill out the Vedanta Sutra. to present everything in the full perspective. And in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, he says, Ete Changsa Puna Kangsang Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That the origin of all of it, of all the avatars, of Vishnu, of Brahma, of Mahesh, of all the Shaktis, of all expansions, of the Jivas, of Maya, the origin, the original Bhagavan Swayam. This is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is the lesson, the ultimate lesson of Veda.
Yeah.
That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so you have these different compositions, but they're all centered around the revelation given by Vyasadeva or Veda Vyas. So it's a very strange thing today that so many people, they present what they understand to be Advaita Vedanta, which is the understanding of Vedanta that Sripad Shankaracharya gave, which is proposing that the absolute truth, Brahman, is nirgun, nirakar, nirvishesha, without qualities, without form, without distinctions. These words do not exist in Veda. Shankaracharya, he gave. That was a very long, but no need to worry. But Shankaracharya also, I should mention, anybody's interested in this, they can look on Google for the Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya, Mahatmya, Mahatmya. This is the greatest glorification of Bhagavad Gita practically it's ever been written, and it was written by Shankaracharya, where he is telling that the topmost form of God is Krishna. The topmost mantra, only one you need, this is Krishna's names. And the topmost transcendental literature, you don't need any others, Bhagavad Gita. Yet the Advaita Vedantists, they don't know about this. And they reject all these teachings. And they try to say, oh, God is this oneness without any distinctions. But the Veda is full of distinction. How can you write without distinctions between A, B, C, D, E, this word, that word, this sentence, that sentence, this topic, that topic, this conclusion, that false conclusion? Everything is distinction. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the distinctions that are indicated in Vedanta Sutra are now fleshed out into the distinctions of the Nam, Rupa, Guna, and Lila. The name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Supreme Absolute Truth. The Satchidananda Vigraha, Sri Krishna.
Okay.
This is the ultimate distinction. Early distinctions, not material, eternal, good, these things, these are very elementary distinctions. But the distinctions of the nature of the absolute truth, of his personality, these are very elevated distinctions.
You mentioned this is Achintya Bheda Bhed.
Not today, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
How does this relate to like the mind, body, soul, consciousness?
Okay. So, Achintya Bheda Bheda is the name of the topmost transcendental philosophy and truth, tattva, Achintya Bheda Bheda tattva. So there are 4 different tattvas that the Vaishnav schools have given, the devotees of God. For instance, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita Advaita.
Samkhya? Sankhya?
No, this is something else. Sankhya is one of the 6 philosophical schools. That's another thing. But they all relate to Dvait and Advait. Yeah. There are different ways of looking at the relationship between God, this, who is one without a second, the original cause of all causes. There is nothing outside of God. He's one. Everything is included. He's one. So there is this, the Advaita, or Advaya Gyan, the oneness. But at the same time we're talking, there is duality. Mm-hmm. There is Dvait. Mm-hmm. There is Advaita and there is Dvaita. So these different philosophical schools place different imports on the oneness or the diversity, and are trying to create an overarching structure. But not until Lord Chaitanya came was that structure fully revealed in perfection. That is called Achintya Bhed Abheda Tattva. This means Achintya is inconceivable. Oh, but we're talking so many concepts. Yes. So don't think this concept will give you the truth. But the concept's useful.
Mm-hmm. It's a tool.
As a tool, like a map. Mm-hmm. Don't think, oh, I've got a map. I've been to China. Look, it's on page 4. No. The map can help you get to China. Mm-hmm. That's the point.
But then you have to go.
And you have to go. You have to follow the directions of the map.
That's where Bhakti Yoga comes in.
Concepts, huh?
That's where Bhakti Yoga comes in, right?
Bhakti Yoga is...
Helps you get there?
No.
No? Okay.
Bhakti is a little different. Save that thought for a minute about what is Bhakti Yoga in terms of, does it help us get there? So, Achintya is inconceivable. Just like the Lord does not move. He's unmoving. He's unchanging. Where is he going to go? Mm-hmm. And yet, he walks. He's the origin of the power of walking. He runs. So, when you enter the Upanishads, you read so many descriptions where he is both opposite ends of a spectrum. And this is inconceivable. Mm-hmm. Now we can conceive how it can make sense, but the concept is not realization. No. So the truth is inconceivable anyway. The truth is not arrived at by any amount of massaging of our mind. Mm-hmm. The truth is arrived at when he reveals himself. And he reveals himself through sound vibration that is carried in the hearts and on the tongues of his own intimate associates from the spiritual world. Those pure devotees who come to this world to give him to us out of compassion. He comes himself. He comes in the form of his own name, but his names also, they have to be given by the pure devotee. Otherwise, they're just alphabet. We can't give what we don't have. Mm-hmm. So the vibrational integrity, purity, potency of the Lord's names can only be conveyed by one who's realized. Mm-hmm. And when he speaks, God is present. Right there. Right there. In the words. Because the Word, and the Bible also says, the Word is with God, and the Word is God. Mm-hmm. There's no difference between God and his names. Mm. So that person who has realized this fact, when he speaks the name, God is there. If somebody has not realized it, when they say it, God is not there. So then why am I saying it? Who am I? Am I saying I'm realized? No. I have heard from Guru. And to some degree, by his mercy, I can carry his message, his vibration. And that is my duty. Right. That is my gratitude. That is my service to my Guru. Well, hold on. Before you ask another question, let's stay with this, the distinctions that you've you've asked. So we just covered Achintya. Beda Beda means different and non-different. Inconceivable difference and non-difference. Oneness and duality at the same time. So the example is given like the sun and the sunshine. Can you imagine one without the other? No. But when we open the blinds in the morning, the sun is not coming in the room. If the sun came in, everything's gone. The sunshine comes in. So there is a distinction between the sun and the sunshine. There's a distinction between the energy and the energetic source of the energy, between Shakti and Shaktiman. Shakti is the energy. Shaktiman is the source of the energy. Krishna is God. Krishna is the original male. He is the source. But without his energy, he is nothing. He's impotent. His energy is doing everything. So God and his energy, they are non-different. Krishna and Radha. Krishna without Radha is nothing.
So Radha is like the sunshine, Krishna is the sun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But without the sunshine, what is the sun?
Right. And so in this analogy, Krishna is God and Radha is love.
Yes, Radha is love of God, his own love for himself. But she's inseparable from him.
Yeah.
She's a separate being and she's not. Therefore it's described in the Vedas, Radha and Krishna are like two flowers blooming from the same root of the lotus. One is blue and one is gold. But they are actually the same. So it's described how in the beginning there is no beginning. But it says in the beginning because in our condition we're under the influence of time. We can't imagine timeless. So we have to have beginnings and ends. This is our condition. So for us it says in the beginning, but there is no beginning. There was nothing before the beginning. There's no beginning, there's nothing before the beginning. But in the beginning, Radha and Krishna are one. But for the sake of enjoying pastimes, they became two. And now in the personality of Lord Chaitanya, again they are one. But in that oneness, he is completely possessed with the mood of Radharani, with the love that Radharani has for Krishna, which Krishna cannot imagine what that is.
Is there a name for that oneness of Krishna and Radha?
Radha Krishna.
Radha Krishna. Is that the same as Sitaram?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Is the moon and the half moon and the quarter moon the same?
Yes and no.
Yes. It's the same moon. There's only one moon. But in different conditions, then it appears differently. There's a different amount of light. It's revealing itself more or less fully. Radha Krishna are the original supreme whole. They are non-different to Sita Ram. Sita is Radha. Ram is Krishna. But it is a distinct expression, manifestation, incarnation that is unique, and it is different from Radha Krishna, and it is not as full. Ram is not exhibiting all his potencies. Sita is not exhibiting all her moods. With Krishna, Radharani displays man, her annoyance. But Sita is so submissive.
Yeah.
Ram is so bound to duty, to maryad, to what is right, to dharma. Krishna is lying, cheating, stealing, womanizing. Yeah? That shouldn't be misunderstood. Those women he's womanizing with are his own Shakti. But it's all for pastimes. It's all for pastimes. So Sita and Ram are certainly Radha and Krishna. And they are certainly not. We don't want to reduce the pastimes of the one by saying they're the same as the other. In one way they're the same, in another way they're completely distinct and individual.
Different flavor.
Different flavor, yes. Yes, and this is the nature of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Different, but the same. Radha and Krishna are the same, but different. Sitaram and Radha Krishna are the same, but different. The individual soul and God is the same in quality. The drop of water is the same as the ocean in quality, but not in quantity.
Vigraha.
Huh?
Vigraha. Vigraha.
Vigraha, yes, the form. The specific individual form is distinct. So the sunshine is the same in quality as the sun, but not in quantity. And the soul is of the same nature as God, Satchidananda. Eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss, but we're infinitesimal. He is infinite. Therefore, we can come under the influence of illusion and ignorance very easily, but he's never an illusion. There's nothing greater than God. But he's controlled by Radharani, his own spiritual potency, but not his material potency. Durga, Mahamaya, she cannot control God.
In this material potency, is that also a word called Maya?
Yes.
Okay.
When we say Maya, we mean Mahamaya. Yoga Maya is also Maya, spiritual energy. But when we refer to the spiritual energy, we say Yoga Maya. When we just say Maya, Mahamaya, illusion. Maya, what is not. What is not.
Right.
Yoga Maya has a different what is notness. Yoga Maya, for example, in Vrindavan, everybody there, they're seeing Krishna as their most beautiful friend or child or lover, but nobody is thinking Krishna is God.
Yeah.
So that knowledge of the opulence of God, that is covered over, that is hidden in Vrindavan.
Yeah.
That is an illusory potency, isn't it? It's a covering potency. It's covering the opulence of God.
Because otherwise we couldn't have a relationship, right?
It would be very stilted, limited.
Yeah.
It would be colored by, like this, Krishna doesn't want this all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want this. Krishna loves being in natural relationships where he's chastised, he's denied, he doesn't get what he wants externally.
Yeah.
He loves this. He loves to have relationships that they're so free, they're so full of affection.
So then are like things like yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, different ways to have that relationship?
No.
Okay.
No. So let's just think for a second on, I think Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva is covered. So all right. So yoga means both the means and the end. Yoga is a practice. It's a practice to reach what end? The connection between the individual soul and the Supreme Being, God, to come together. This is yoga. This mudra, this is the essential yoga mudra. This is the soul and God are brought together now. There is consciousness, there is relationship. Therefore we say namaste. Properly it means, I understand that you are also part of my Lord, that He is also sitting in your heart, that I have respect and affection for you. How can I serve you? But how can I serve you means, how can I serve your highest interest? Not if you say, well, I think I'd like fried chicken, please. All right, I will go and get that. It doesn't mean I'm serving your senses. It means I'm serving your soul. Want to bring, that is to bring this consciousness that I I am your servant. So, the practice to achieve the point of union, and we should describe what is union also. Let's describe that first. Well, we'll just say this. The practice, the discipline to control the senses and the mind is called yoga. Union, the union we seek, the unity we seek, is not unqualified oneness. We seek the union of love. In love, there must be a lover and a beloved. There must be a subject and object of love. The love has to have these terminals to flow between. If there's only one, there's no love. And you could call that oneness, and oh yeah, it's love. Or you could call it horseshoes. You could call it, flea droppings. It doesn't matter. Because if it's only one, there's no words anyway. There's just oneness. And there's nothing and no one there to recognize or distinguish the oneness, or to realize the oneness, or to experience the oneness. In unqualified monism, which people that think they're following Advaita Vedanta believe in, no, they don't. You can't believe in oneness. There's either oneness or there's duality. Belief is duality. Desire is duality. A goal and me hoping to achieve it is duality. Everything is then duality. And yet, if all there is oneness, there's no duality. There's only oneness. If the absolute truth is oneness, there's no illusion. There can't be anything else. So the very fact that there's something else, and here we are talking about it, well, I believe in oneness. Well, I don't believe in God, and it doesn't matter. We're in this plane of distinction and duality. It exists. Therefore, it must exist in the source of all that is, the Sarva Karana Karanam. If something is lacking in the origin of everything, it has no possibility of existence at all. Either as a reflection, an illusion, a counterfeit, a shadow. No. All those things mean there is an original template. To have a reflection of a mango in water, there must be a real mango. You can't say, but I've grabbed this reflection, I can't get a hold of it. It has no smell, I can't eat it. It's an illusion. There's no such thing as mango. No. There must be a mango, or there can't be a reflection of the mango. But the reflection has no qualities of the mango. Enlightenment is becoming free of illusion, not becoming free of the substance.
I see.
So the original Brahman is filled with variety. There is oneness and there is variety. And the variety is the more superior quality of the Supreme, because the variety allows for relationship. Variety allows for love. Variety allows for, or duality or multiplicity, it allows for the experience of bliss, which is what Krishna is existing for. He is the reservoir, what's it called? Rakila, Rasa, Murti. My Sanskrit is not my native language. Next life. He's a reservoir of all transcendental mellows, ways that love is tasted. And he wants to enjoy every possible way. Therefore, he's created an infinity of living beings to have loving exchanges with them. This is the purpose of existence. Oneness is not the purpose of existence. Oneness is the ground that allows us to connect. We can be in relationship because we're one. We exist within the same reality. But because we're different, we can have relationship, we can relate, we can love, we can taste. So, unity or samadhi, you hear about samadhi, Samadhi is not a trance state where you are not aware of anything else. And it is a trance state where you're not aware of anything else. The difference between those two statements is the samadhi that is a negation of everything. There are no thoughts. There's no awareness of anything. There's just completely being in that stillness, not even aware that you're in that stillness. The impersonal samadhi, you don't even realize that you're in samadhi till you come out of samadhi. There is no experience of that kind of samadhi. Mm-hmm. There's no sense of ego there to be the experiencer. Mm-hmm. There is no tongue to taste the sugar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very frustrating, it's just nothing. It may as well be nothing, like deep sleep. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. It's a relief from the suffering of the material plane, but it's nothing. Samadhi in Bhakti Yoga, in Sanatana Dharma, is the oneness of commitment to Krishna's well-being and pleasure and happiness. Krishna exists to enjoy. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have an employer. Mm-hmm. He's not doing anything because he has to. He wants to. Mm-hmm. He is unlimited bliss. Mm-hmm. Love. He wants to be fully absorbed in the pastimes of love, realizing bliss ever more and more expandingly. And we are all his parts and parcels, and we exist to facilitate that desire of God. The energy exists to facilitate the desires of the energetic. Without his energy, without Radharani, he's nothing. Mm-hmm. She exists to give him everything. And they are madly in love with each other. And we exist to facilitate that love, to serve that love. Therefore, in Vrindavan, classic example, when Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura, all the activities of the residents of Vrindavan stopped. Mother Yashoda stopped cooking. The gopis stopped bathing, stopped dressing, stopped applying makeup. Mother Yashoda's kitchen became festooned with cobwebs, although perhaps they didn't even become festooned with cobwebs because the spiders wouldn't have been doing anything. In Vrindavan, every resident is in samadhi. That means their every single word, activity, thought is for the emotion, is for the pleasure of Krishna. Krishna left. Who are they going to do anything for? So they stopped. They lit no fires. They milked no cows. They did nothing except stand in complete separation. For 100 years more. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is samadhi.
This is samadhi.
Samadhi means complete absorption of all our desires, all our actions, all our words in the pleasure of Radha and Krishna, in the pleasure of the Vaishnavas, of our gurus who are representing them. This is samadhi. Mm-hmm. Unbroken. Very, 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 very high. We're just practicing to give a little. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Patram pushpam palam toyam, you just give me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, some water. with love and devotion. Who cannot give that? Any poor person. Tulsi is growing everywhere in India. This is what he means by leaf. Fruits, bananas are everywhere, cheap. Now, of course, Western society is gone. You've got to have money even to get a banana practically. But, you know. But if you have a lot and you just give a tulsi leaf and a banana and some water and here's a carnation, that's all Krishna asked for, that's not going to get you very far.
Yeah.
But this is a minimum. If you have a lot, you give more. But samadhi means the uniting of your senses, working and experiencing senses, with Krishna's pleasure. Yoga is the practice of engaging all your senses in Krishna's service, as a result of which the mind is controlled.
Oh.
So yoga, meaning disciplining the mind and the senses, is achieved by engaging them in Krishna's service. But without the teachings of bhakti, then yoga becomes a way of simply controlling the mind and senses not to engage in anything. This is very, very, very difficult. Arjuna says to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, it seems to me it would be easier to control the wind than to control the mind. Yes, and Krishna says, it is very hard, it is almost impossible for the soul in this world to do. Very few can become jnanis, like that is the jnani. The jnani, by being fully rooted in, this is all illusion, this is all matter. Neti, neti, not this, not that, I will not engage my mind in any of it. Spends all of his time renouncing, pushing everything away, eating the bare minimum, sleeping the bare minimum, simply meditating, trying to reach nothingness at all. Trying to push everything away because he's fully devoted, he's dedicated to attaining that effulgent, omnipresent presence of the Lord in the form of his Brahman. And this could get into another discussion about Brahmavad, Mayavad, which we should not get into here. So we're just referring to the original Advaita Vedanta. Is different to Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta, but still the point is there that there is an absence of any distinction. And today people are doing yoga 1 day a week, 1 hour a week, an hour a day, whatever. That's not yoga. That's not disciplining the mind, and they're doing it very little. And they're doing it because they want to feel some peace and they want their bodies to be in good condition so they can have great sex.
Yeah, be flexible.
Be flexible and wear yogi pants.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with yoga. But what you asked is, well, there's, bhakti yoga, is it a means to? So, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 groups of 6 chapters. The first 6 are primarily to do with karma yoga. Sankhya is in there. Then you have Jnana yoga and the back 6, and the middle 6, bhakti yoga. Of course, the teachings of all are throughout, but it's understood that these 3 principal yogas, karma yoga of dedicating one's actions to the Supreme, Jnana yoga of knowing oneself to not have anything to do with this material body, world, etc. And bhakti yoga, I am the servant of God. The bhakti yoga is the topmost step. The purpose of karma yoga is to reach jnana.
Oh, it's like a ladder.
The purpose of jnana yoga is to reach bhakti. Then what is the question? And then the purpose of bhakti yoga is?
The relationship?
Is bhakti.
Oh. You do bhakti.
Karma yoga is to reach jnana. Then jnana yoga is to reach bhakti. Then
okay.
bhakti yoga, you've arrived. There's nowhere else to go.
And you can skip all.
Yes. In this age, this is the point. to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, even though we have no qualification to chant the names of God at all, he has come and he's distributed these names, replete with his mood of service of the highest level, the highest bhava called Manjari Bhav, to give us a taste so that we can naturally go beyond everything else.
My final question. You mentioned...
I have no idea how well we've answered all. Each of these questions could take a long time to answer. So I'm hoping I've done some justice to them.
How do you properly do a kirtan?
How do you properly do?
What mindset should you have?
To do kirtan. Service. Very good question. We are, as materialists, looking at everything with a view of what's in it for me. So material life is easy. I want to make a lot of money, I want to get a nice car, I want to get a beautiful girlfriend, I want this, that. Spiritual life, we enter it, we have the same mood. Still, what's in it for me? Mm-hmm. That keeps us going. Well, if you engage in this process, you'll be peaceful, you'll be free of all these difficulties, and you'll experience bliss. And it's okay to want these things because the soul does want to experience its own nature, which is peaceful and secure, stable and blissful, etc. But that's not actually the desire of the soul. The soul is already itself. So if we come to the spiritual platform, automatically we experience our nature. We don't have to look for it. Very confused by all these different spiritual processes, and here's a kirtan going on. And it's musical, it's cool, and I can really get into that, and I love the rhythm, and I love the hypnotic repetition of the mantras, Sitaram, 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 right? Maybe they're chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, maybe they're chanting to Ganesh or Kali or this or that. And it's all so cool, and it's anything you get into that's a very attractive, repetitive pattern frees your mind of so much stress of being absorbed in the problems or its restlessness or whatever. There are many meditation techniques that can definitely provide some measure of peace, and that can translate when you're peaceful, you're not angry and this, that with other people. So they can translate these processes as improving our lifestyle, our living within the material world. Mm-hmm. They increase our peace, they increase our harmony. But this is not a spiritual goal. Mm. And it's very hard to maintain with these processes, what to speak of go higher. So the actual purpose and realization of bhakti is to serve Krishna, to serve his pleasure, to bring pleasure to the spiritual personalities. Mm-hmm. So we're chanting for his pleasure. Not for ours. Does that mean, there's nothing in it for me? No. It means getting the cart before the horse, or the horse before the cart. Horse before the cart. The horse and cart will get there together, but if you put the cart before the horse, neither are going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So by making Krishna's pleasure paramount, automatically you will be fulfilled. Everybody will be fulfilled because everybody's part and parcel of Krishna. So the proper mood to enter kirtan is to give yourself to the kirtan. The kirtan takes place by hearing and by chanting. Give yourself to hearing and to chanting the names of the Lord with the mood, if you want to have a mood that you're thinking of or aware of, please grant me your service. Krishna and Krishna's name are the same. So enter the kirtan with a mood to serve the Supreme Krishna and Hara, Radharani. I want to serve you. I want to serve your love. I'm giving all my attention to hearing and chanting, not because I want to lose myself in the sound and feel so peaceful and, oh yeah, I'm starting to feel bliss and bhavas, and at the end of the kirtan, then just take off to the next level of the silence, bliss and bhavas. No. Don't do it for you. You do it for them. You chant for the sake of Srinam Prabhu. This is your service. Your service is to help manifest his dance.
And kirtan's the best way to serve Krishna?
Yes.
Okay.
Nam Sankirtan. Yes. Kirtan is the very best. The very best. Everything else we're doing is ultimately for the Sankirtan of Lord Chaitanya, who is Radha Krishna, who has expressed everything in this kirtan. Ultimately, as this world becomes more and more spiritual, the kirtan will increase and increase. There'll be less time and less people doing anything else. Kirtan will be the manifestation of Krishna's dance, his blissful, love-soaked dance that we will all participate in. And kirtan includes what we're doing also. Hearing and chanting about the philosophy, the glories, the name, everything. Yes.
Okay. That's a beautiful place to end it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you.